So we wanted to do a video about our new Starlink that we've had installed, and we've had it installed now for more than a month, and we've found that it's been a real game changer for us. Because before, if we wanted to stop at a campsite, we were constantly thinking about where's the cellular phone tower, are we going to be close to it, are we going to have a bit of phone signal in the night time, and especially because we're vloggers, we constantly need to be connected to the internet for checking things and doing all kinds of stuff, and so we wanted a steady internet connection. Now, Starlink is high speed, low latency satellite internet for use either at home or on the go. And the types of their antennas that you can get, they're not all the same. There's the original dishy, and they cost about $200 to $300. They have moving parts, and it somewhat needs to track the satellite directionally. So if you use the dishy with your RV setup, then you'll need to deploy it every time that you get to your spot, and you won't be able to use it, say, moving either. And then you'd have to take it out and put it, say, out in the open so that you can actually use it. And then you need to figure out where you're going to put it inside. And they're not small either. So if you go the dishy setup, that does have the benefits that if you're near trees, for example, it'll be away from the tree, and then you can deploy it a little bit further away. But the other option is a flat high performance dish. Now those are, instead of $200 to $300, they're like $2,500. So they're not cheap, but they don't have any moving parts, and they're somewhat non-directional, and but they're permanently mounted and permanently fitted onto your vehicle, which is what we have. So ours is permanently mounted. We didn't know where we wanted to put it at the front originally, and then we ended up going at the back so we could get more solar panels.
So we're working as a team here. I'm a vacuumer. So I put the washer, three washer underneath, and then you clip this one, and then insert it to the hole. Where is the hole? I can't really find the hole. Where is the hole?
Now you know how I feel.
Oh, I laughed. And then put it in. Yeah, I get it. It's inside, and then just remove this one slowly. Press it slowly, and then remove this and then it's already inside.
So we've finally installed the two other solar panels behind these two and repositioned these here. Now I remember now the reason why we wanted to put the Starlink at the front originally, and it was because the antenna was here, but we've repositioned that on the right hand rear side. I'll show you a bit of B-roll for that now. So we have extra space at the front, and that allowed us to get the extra two solar panels. Now we've put it in with just some angle line and some aluminium angle line, but instead of screwing in here, I've put a 3mm thick backing plate onto it, so it's super strong. So these solar panels are larger than the ones over there. So the ones behind it, the new ones, actually have to be smaller. They're slightly smaller by about 2 centimeters each, because the air conditioning sticks out a little bit, so that compensates for the side. It only sticks out just a little bit extra, even though these ones here are larger. And then we have the Starlink there right at the back. We've finally installed it. It's taken about a week, hey sweetie?
Yeah.
Of stuffing around and getting it perfect and doing the beams. The beams took a long time, and finding all the bits and pieces and parts, and we've finally done it and all got it into place, so it looks really good. We're looking forward to the performance of the solar and mixing that in with using the Starlink, with using the air conditioning, and we're really looking forward to going north with it and giving it a good test run, aren't we, sweetie?
Yeah.
And we shifted the Selfie Go antenna into another spot. And so now we've got plenty of power. We've got the satellite dish at the back. The other option is to modify the original dishy. And now these are some things that people have done online. They've removed the moving parts of it and they've put it into its own separate mount. And they say that it's pretty reliable in that setup itself. So we didn't end up doing that. We just ended up forking out the extra for the flat high performance dish, so that we had that reliability. But make sure you get the right antenna from the start. If you wanted the flat high performance dish, make sure you order that particular one. See, when we ordered ours, we ordered the mobile regional plan thinking we'd get that big dish, but then when it came, it wasn't the right dish, so we had to send it back. So make sure you get the right antenna, and make sure when you do get the right antenna, like if you do get the flat high performance dish, make sure it comes with the wedge mount, because we didn't realize that the wedge mount wasn't within the original same package. So it's in a separate package, in a separate box, and so when you open it up, you won't have the wedge mount in there unless you have the separate package. So make sure you get the wedge mount with it. We put it onto where the beams were. We specifically designed those beams so that it would fit in with the solar and with the Starlink. So we've got 2 extra solar panels plus the Starlink, but they've got to sit on top of something and be secured somehow. These are the beams they're going to go on top of. So we've secured them, we've positioned them right, which was a headache, and now all we have to do is drill the holes. Yeah. So we've put that wedge mount on there, but we found that when installing it, it comes with these galvanized lag bolts. The galvanized lag bolts aren't very strong, so don't use those. They'll just break straight away. Use the other mounts that come with the kit, or use your own screws, which is what we ended up doing. Because those galvanized lag bolts, they're not high tensile and they'll break straight away. Now the power, this is the power supply for the Starlink, and this is the Wi-Fi for the Starlink. So that feeds into the antenna and that powers it, and this talks to your phones and devices and gives you your internet. We didn't know where we were going to put these things, so we were originally thinking we'd put it up in this box here, but then maybe they're going to overheat, and then we thought we'd put it here, and then they're going to be in the way. We ended up putting them here, which is just fine, but they still, like, just be aware, you're going to need somewhere to put these things, and they do take up a lot of space. You can get away with your, like, if you want to use your own Wi-Fi, you can use something else, but you still need to use that, and that does run on 240 volts. So you need 240 volts, or otherwise you're not going to be able to run your Starlink. And that's kind of like a bit of the annoying thing for RV life, is because most of your RV consumption, you want it to come straight from your batteries, which most of the time is 12 volts, 12 or 24. So it would be nice if they did have some sort of 12/24 volt option for this power supply, but that's not something that's possible. So we have to, if we are off grid, we need to run our inverter just to keep this thing running. And by the time you turn it on, it's consuming 160 watts. When it settles down, it's only consuming about 90. So, and the inverter itself will maybe consume about 40 watts or something like that. So if we don't have to run the inverter, if we don't have to run the inverter, it's probably consuming sort of half of that. So we could save that power if they had some sort of setup like that. Now, there are ways that people get around it by installing a separate dedicated power supply, and they need 2 of them. One needs to be 48, one needs to be 12 volts exactly, and then you have to pull this unit apart and you have to wire it in and solder and do all these things which are not easy to do. We've decided for now to either wait until they come out with something like that, which there aren't any plans for it, but lots of people suggested it. So RV life, it's a bit of a pain. Just know it is going to consume a lot of power. It's like, for us, it's like having another fridge that, and it uses like a lot of power, like over a long period of time. So from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, we've always got this thing on. So 90 watts all the time like that, that's like running another fridge. So just be aware that it does use quite a lot of power. Okay, now with reliability, we've found it to be super reliable, but forget about trees. It won't work around trees or any sort of structure, warehouses or anything like that. So don't even think that you're gonna get anything through the trees. You might come in and be patchy, but it'll be really unreliable for you. So forget about trees. If you want internet through your trees, then you'll have to come back to your cellular. So won't work with trees. It also won't work with heavy snow or heavy rain or thick clouds, thick rainy clouds or anything like that. If you're just talking about regular clouds or a little bit of rain, it'll work perfectly fine, and it worked perfectly fine for us and super fast. But don't think you're going to be able to get any internet through, especially through trees and or big rainstorms or anything like that. You won't get it. It just won't work. So because it's going to have all that interference, and it won't work through that interference. So speed wise for us, it's been super fast. We'll show you some examples just now. We haven't had any problems with the speed. We've hardly ever had any cutouts if we don't have any trees around. So hardly any cutouts. We've had really low latency as well. You can even run games on it. So from the reliability standpoint, it's pretty much taken over 90% of our internet consumption now, because it's just so reliable, and there's no limits either. So we use the unlimited mobile data. It doesn't give you priority, but it's still super fast. You can pay and get it even faster than this, and it's just incredible how fast it is. But there is no limit, so we just use as much as we want. Upload, download, even the uploads are really fast, so no problem with that. The type of plans that it comes with, like for us, we get the mobile regional plan, and so that gives you unlimited mobile data. Again, it has no priority, but it gives you portability. The beauty part about the mobile regional plans is you can turn it on and off. So if for a month you're not going to use it, you can turn it off, and like it suits us perfectly, because if we do a 2-month house sit, then we might turn it off. So with the mobile priority data, you do get the portability, but you don't get the mobile priority. So if you want the mobile priority, you can pay for it by the gigabyte if that's something that you want. So with the same plan, if you want mobile global option, you can get it for an extra $50. So this is here in Australia. So we pay about $175 a month. So this is all in Australian dollars. If you want the global option, you pay an extra $50 a month. Other plans that are available are your household plan, and that gives you priority service, but it doesn't give you portability anymore. Now, if you want the portability, you've got to go to a separate mobile plan. So you may even need a separate device for that if you're going to go out and have your Starlink at home and out as well. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, because if you're not going out RV or camping, then you can just turn it off for a month. The other priority plans that you can get are a priority plan with a tiered allotment of priority data and unlimited standard data. They give you extra things like an IP and network priority and priority support. The other mobile priority plan that is available, it allows a mobile and oceanic use. And they also give you like a tiered allotment with priority data as well, and they still give you the mobile global data inland. So to wrap it up, it's really been a game changer for us. Now we can stop wherever we want, but it's not just that for us. It's like now we're using it all the time. We're using it, like we're here in Exmouth right now, and we're just using just the Starlink for our internet, because sometimes even the cellular is just, you don't realize how unreliable the cellular is until you get a reliable satellite connection like this. So it's been like that, it's been like a game changer for us. And if we want to go somewhere, we want to stop there, and we want to have the internet, and we there's so many times we've come to stop at places and it's been like, oh, we can't stop there because they don't have internet. And it's been a beautiful spot. So now we don't have that problem and we can just stop wherever we want, but no trees. Forget about trees. It won't work with trees, but still, it's been great for us. All right, so we hope you enjoyed our video about our new Starlink. So if you want to hear about our new air conditioner that we've got and some of the things we've been going through with that, we'll share that with you because we're really happy about our new air conditioner.